The Earlham men's basketball team will kick off their season this coming weekend. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Jason POLYKOFF and get his thoughts about this upcoming season right here on Inside Earlham College Basketball.
Built in 1923, Trueblood Fieldhouse received a renovation in 1999 when the Athletics and Wellness Center was added to campus. Named after Edwin P. Trueblood, class of 1885, the Fieldhouse served as the home for Quaker indoor athletics and physical education from 1923 to 1999. Today, a multi-purpose floor allows for athletic teams to practice indoors as well as intramural competition to occur. A basketball practice court and indoor golf studio were added in 2016 to allow both Earlham's basketball programs and golf teams to practice on natural surface indoors. A track on the second floor of the facility allows for walking and running.
I was mentioning Coach POLYKOFF a little bit ago. I've seen a whole lot of basketball already, but I'm ready to see your team play. I was at practice yesterday, and we were talking before we got on the air. It is nice that you have the gymnasium besides the main practice floor, or the main floor itself to practice on, but it is a little bit smaller. But it was nice to see you guys go. I'm sure, as you said, you're ready to get this thing started.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for dropping by yesterday.
Oh, no.
Checking us out. But yeah, no, it's one of those situations like I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
We now have got this second practice facility that we can use and second wood court. So we utilize it. It's just because the dimensions are a little bit smaller, it kind of throws off our spacing a little bit, and I have to be cognizant of that as I'm addressing the team and getting frustrated with certain things. But no, it's great to have another court. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about this year. I just think we have a good group of guys. We have a good group back, plus an addition of a few freshmen and well, more than a few. But I just think for us this is going to be a breakout year. It's been frustrating last 2 years, but it was all part of the process. And I think this is the year for us to finally get over that hump and start making waves in the conference.
Yeah, take that next step, right?
Yeah.
I agree. I liked what I saw yesterday. I like the enthusiasm, and you and the other coaches, just like the women, you're in the teaching process still in this part, aren't you? Because there's still so much for them to learn, the freshmen coming into this situation playing college basketball.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm really, really eager to get things going, because you put in everything you think they're going to need, right? Like they're going to need to know and be prepared for a game. Well, until you start playing in games where you're not playing yourself, you don't really know, okay, where are my deficiencies? What do I need to work on? What are some of the things I just haven't showed them yet that will appear, because you can't give them everything.
Right.
So once the games start rolling, you use the non-conference to basically tweak all the things that you may either not have taught them already or that you taught them that you need to fix and improve. So I think we're just tired of playing ourselves and we're ready to play somebody else.
You did get an exhibition game down in northern Kentucky. Talk a little bit about that. And that's difficult because that's a D1 school and you're at their place, and bottom line is they're using it as their exhibition. But from your standpoint, what did you guys learn?
Yeah, so we do this every year. We'll play a Division I team in the beginning of the year. It'll be an exhibition game for us. It's usually their first game of the season, so we treat it like a regular game.
Okay.
We do scout. We still do our normal pregame. We wear uniforms. We call it a game even though it doesn't count towards our record. And we do it every year for a couple reasons. One, because we think it's fun. You play a Division I team. I mean, that's neat. We get to play in their arena with a crowd and all of that, which is exciting. But it also gives us an opportunity to play against the best of the best before we start heading into our regular season. Amen. So the hope and the plan is, if we can compete in some capacity with this Division I team, we should be all right when we enter, and start playing against Division III teams. So that's the idea behind it. I was pleased with many things that we did against Northern Kentucky. We lost by a significant amount, but there were a lot of positives to take away from it. There were just certain things. I went back and watched the film. I watched every defensive possession of it. There were just certain things that we just couldn't deal with. We couldn't handle. We have a 5'9" guy trying to go up against a 6'7" bruiser for a rebound. Who's going to win that? They're just very athletic. There were just certain things we couldn't control. But the things that we could control, I thought we did more positives than negatives, which is for me that's encouraging.
You bet. By the way, Northern Kentucky went on to play Illinois, I think, in their next game and played them very tough.
Yeah,
So
I think they were up at halftime, actually, against
yeah.
Illinois.
So, yeah, that was a good start for you right there to play those guys.
Yeah.
I know you may look at it and say, well, the score, but I don't buy much into that at all. Just the chance to play a good team like that.
Yeah.
Coach, before we talk about this weekend, from the recruiting standpoint, and I saw, as you said, you've got a good significant amount of freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about what you went out and what you were looking for specifically in this class.
Yeah, so really, the before I get into like specifically the types of players we needed, we definitely needed more bodies, right? So, you know, I obviously have been doing this for 2 years, and every year I say, you know, we're very young and we need, you know, our roster's very small and we're trying to overcome what kind of we walked into. The biggest thing for us is we just needed a roster size where we can compete in practice, help us get better, and then when we walk onto the court, we have a bench and we have, you know, a good group that can help us, you know, win some games. So the main thing for us last year was we wanted to bring in a pretty significant amount of players. So now we got to a roster size that we're comfortable with,
Right.
And that's what we did. So we brought in 9 guys, and different positions, different abilities, but we found the type of guys that we believe A, want to compete, B, they want to see Earlham succeed, and that's why they came here.
Yeah.
And then C, probably the main thing is that they're just good people.
Yeah.
Right. They're just people that you want in your program, whether they're playing or all the minutes or none of the minutes or what have you. They're good guys. And you know, we wouldn't be able to do this with a bunch of jerks. We need high character individuals. So we think we brought in a pretty solid class who not only going to help us in practice, but a few of them we think are going to help us in the games right away.
Yeah.
So,
well, that competition in practice is huge, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't want to get too comfortable.
You know what it's been the last couple of years, and this is not a knock on the guys. It's just that we didn't have a lot of numbers in practice. So we've got at times we'd be down to like 10 guys in practice, 11 guys in practice, and there's nothing you can do about 11 guys in practice. If one guy's hurt, 2 guys hurt, it makes it less competitive because guys are tired, they're not fighting as hard, whatever it may be. Now when you have 19 guys on the roster like we do, they're all fighting for position, they all want to play, they're all competing at they're as hard as they can, and now we're getting better because of it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Coach, before we talk about this weekend, you're going to face some pretty good teams this year. I mean, there's no doubt about that whatsoever. So you're going to have to work quick, aren't you?
Yeah. So, well, we scheduled the non-conference this year in a way that we think for us will be beneficial for us, and then help us as we get into the HCAC.
Yeah.
You know, we start off this weekend in a tournament at Allegheny College. We play Dewville and Allegheny, 2 schools I don't know much about, but we're in the process of learning more about them. We think that's a good way for us to kick off the season with those 2 schools, and then we've got a few NCAC schools in our non-conference, playing team up in Michigan, Olivet. We're playing Milliken, who we played last year. We're playing Wabash. I mean, so we think we're setting ourselves up to really for a strong HCAC run.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And by the way, Coach said he is anxious and ready to go, aren't you?
I am ready. I'm tired of playing us, and I'm sure the guys are too. They're ready to play somebody in a different color jersey.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing for sure. As we go along this season, we'll talk with the head coach every week and just kind of put things together, learn about some of these young players, and of course some of the veterans that have come back to this team that are leading this squad as well. And I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
You and me both. I appreciate it.
All right, Coach, good to see you
Thanks,
again.
Troy.
We'll see you next week, okay?
Absolutely.
And we'll see you again next week right here on Inside Earlham College Basketball.